Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. What I'm talking about. Yes, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. Yeah, we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. I said we all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. You can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Say we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Come on. I said we all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. We all do better when we all do better. We can't get better than that. Come on, y'all.
Man, that ain't no crime. And that ain't no crime.
Hey everybody!
Yeah, put down. Yeah, there we go.
Welcome to the Friday night Gangstagrass team stream. We have Wrench here, and we have Dolio with special guest Michelle Angela, amazing artist out of Philadelphia. We've got Danjo, and I'm Sleeves. Welcome to the party.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
How's everybody's week been?
We're going. Rusty's in the house.
Mad busy. Was the last official week of classes with my current cohort of students.
Cool.
Lots of tears today.
Yeah, good tears, I hope.
Yeah, good tears.
Right. Not
That's
like,
great.
oh no, I failed and have to repeat it tears, but
Just
good tears.
just to talk about that for a second, like you guys, I mean, I'm always in awe of your program and the stuff that you do there. So a lot of these students, like you say, graduate and they're basically going straight out into the workforce, right? With the skills that they acquire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
how's that?
it's a lot of, people from different walks of life, different disciplines, most of them with no prior experience. And we send them out to the world as baby programmers.
Yeah.
Baby program.
So no prior coding experience. They go through this it's just like it's effectively like a boot camp sort of program.
Yeah, it's very intense, but it's also project based so that they learn how to operate in a real environment.
Yeah. And then they go and they get tech jobs, which are some of the better kinds of jobs you can get these days.
Yeah, benefits, and it's a sector that has a sense of security because it is constantly evolving. There's always new stuff you can learn, that you can always pick up those additional skills as you go along. And for the foreseeable future, everything is going to be computerized.
That's fantastic. Anyway, I'm restringing my electric guitar here.
That's the electric guitar that you picked up when we were in Portland one time.
That's right. Why did I pick it up in Portland?
Well, you were under the influence at the time of some pure maple syrup.
I was. I'll admit that. It's legal. But the nice thing about Oregon, is, well, until recently, it was one of two places in the nation where you couldn't pump your own gas, and now they let you do that, and so New Jersey is the only place where that is still a thing. But they also don't have sales tax, so I had my eye on this. This is just a little cheap Ibanez Art 100. That's sort of their bottom of the line little thin-bodied Les Paul clone, which I don't mind, honestly, a Les Paul style guitar being thinner body. It's nice and light and super comfortable, and the contours are great. So I picked it up. This is such a road story. I picked it up in Portland for used, for cheap, no sales tax, no case, no bag. And we took it, we were on tour, got in the van with it, noodling around, and we ended up in San Francisco, and I took it to the fabled old Haight-Ashbury music store on Haight-Ashbury, the intersection of Haight and Ashbury, in San Francisco, and they had a couple of nice humbucker pickups, and I said, put those in, please, and they did, and they even did it quick enough that I could pick the thing up by the end of the day and be on our way. And then I snuck it on the plane and I brought it home.
Yeah. And you've done some good things with it, including a wrench jam. After I put out my last wrench album, a little studio jam I had with some people that you brought that to, and we did some good things with.
God, did I bring that there? Man.
Yeah.
That was a great jam, by the way. That was
It's one track you broke that out, and it was good. And I have sent a couple of those jams out to the Barnstormers. And for anybody watching that doesn't know, the Barnstormers is a super awesome special club of Gangstagrass fans that subscribe to get all kinds of behind-the-scenes goodies like that and stuff from the archives. And we got Mark Aware watching on the Twitch, who made our day last week by joining the Barnstormers during our live stream. Let's see who we get to celebrate tonight. If you join the Barnstormers tonight at gangstagrass.com/Barnstormers, you are going to be shouted out. Your name will ring out on this live stream as our new best friend.
That's right. We've got Rusty in the chat, also a Barnstormer, and we're going to have a cool thing at the shows in the upcoming tour that any Barnstormer who comes to the show is going to get a very special, totally unique, Barnstormers only special gift, and we'll have an option for folks to sign up for the Barnstormers while they're at the show, and we'll have a few extra of the special gifts that we can give to people who join at the show. So we are so excited to see the Barnstormers in Frederick, Maryland on February 3rd, Chester, Virginia on February 4th, South Orange, New Jersey on February 5th. That's right. I'm really excited. The Philly show is going to be off of everything, just off no scale. There's no scale that can measure what's going to happen at the Philly show.
It'll be back on the chain somehow.
Right. It's so far off of the chain, it will be back on the chain. We have Reef the Lost Cause opening up as a special guest at that Philly show. Those who tuned in on Tuesday heard our son just beside himself with glee at the fact
he's
that
not here right now because he has to go lie down.
right. He's still
Too
really
much.
excited. He's just so excited about it.
Yeah, Reef is he's a battle rap legend, he's a Philly legend, he's a hip hop legend internationally. He's an absolute beast on the mic. His show is impeccable. Just watching him work is a privilege. and like I've seen some of the greatest. Um, and the funny thing about it is that for at least a short period, for the space, well, pre-pandemic, his son attended the same elementary school as my son,
Ah,
because he also lives in South Philly.
nice.
So and it's funny because this is the first time we actually get the chance to share a stage, which is great.
Well, when
I'm
school
definitely very psyched about being able to do this for us.
when school is eventually back in session, I want to go to that elementary school cipher. The Philly show and the DC show the next night are Vax only venues. That is due to local regulations and huzzah. So Vax only and masks required. That is going to be fun. And the DC show, funny story. So we are doing 2 shows at the Hamilton in one night. So there's the main Gangstagrass set that starts around 8 p.m. Doors I think are at 7 or 7:30. And that's going to be your standard amazingness, 90-minute show by Gangstagrass. And then there's going to be a break, and everybody who got tickets to that early show gets to hang out and just stay in the venue and, order more sushi and get more drinks and talk to folks. And then at 11, the doors open for other people, even more people to come in for the Tedeschi Trucks after show. And so the funny story is that my mom got confused and got a ticket to see the Tedeschi Trucks at the Warner Theater. So
That's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I would, but I'm playing a show at the same time.
Well, actually you are, but not the show you think you are. It turns out she got a ticket for the Tedeschi Trucks at the Warner Theater on February 3rd. Because she was thinking about February 3rd and that she was going to see a Gangstagrass show, and then got it sort of mixed up with the after show on the 18th anyway. So if anybody needs a ticket to the Tedeschi Truck show, my mom has one that she would like to sell because she did not actually mean to buy that ticket.
I mean, she should use it because that's going to be an amazing show.
She
That's
might
going
go.
to be an amazing show.
She might go. I told her that. I was like, go ahead and go to the show. It's fine. And she's like, no, but I was planning to see you guys in Frederick that night. I was like, whatever. It's cool. You'll see us at the
Tedeschi
Hamilton.
Trucks,
It's fine.
though. I gotta say, I'm so honored to be playing their after party in particular, because just in terms of sheer musicality, individually alone, either of those, Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks, are at top of their class at vocals and guitar, and then just to be doing it together is...
Yeah, we caught them at Merlefest. It was definitely hot.
That's some like Bela and Abby level shit, except that like full band.
Right.
Oh my god.
That was great. They got soul, man. They got soul. I'd like to put a couple others out in the universe, but just say there's some people killing it right now that we wouldn't mind crossing paths with in the coming year, maybe doing some shows with, etc.
Say it.
Billy Strings is killing it.
Yes,
I could
he is.
definitely envision, Gangstagrass and Billy Strings on some bills together, maybe. And Molly Tuttle as well. New album out from Molly Tuttle, and she is totally shredding.
Well, the cool thing about Molly Tuttle is we will be sharing a bill with
Yep,
her. We will be
that's
sharing a wonderful, wonderful. I mean, I was already so excited about this show, just that we are doing it. We're going to be doing Bluegrass Underground. I can't believe I'm saying that. I cannot believe I'm saying we are going to be doing Bluegrass Underground, but it is really, really exciting, on multiple levels for me as a bluegrass musician, that we get to, to be accepted into, further and further into bluegrass, like this. It's just such a stellar and prestigious show, and I'm really excited that we're doing it. And Molly Tuttle is also on that show the same night, so great. And a band called Chawa, which I am not yet familiar
they're awesome.
with. But it's just gonna be,
No.
it's worth traveling to. I don't know if there are even any tickets left for that at all, but if boy, oh boy,
We know that they were low. We know tickets were getting very low.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
no.
That's right. You can check if you go to gangstagrass.com/caverns. It's at the Caverns in Pelham, Tennessee. That's there, right there on the little list of cities that we're coming to. Pelham, Tennessee, March 18th. So if you go to gangstagrass.com/caverns, you can see if there are any tickets left, and you can let us know if there are, in fact, any tickets left, because we are not sure. But there's tickets to other shows too. You can check us out in Memphis. Actually, I think that one might not be on sale yet, but trust us, Memphis, you will be able to see us there. And let's see, we're also looking at Red Wing, Minnesota, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Indianapolis, back at the Hi-Fi. That's going to be fun. I'm going to be hanging out in Ohio for a couple of dates, and Winchester, Virginia, back at the Bright Box. Very excited about that. Wisconsin, we're coming back to Wisconsin. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And more.
So many more. There's so many. We've got 30 dates on the upcoming tour, and we might add a couple more. It's just
more to be announced. I gotta say, I love that Randy announced he dropped that he was posting about the tour list, and like the majority of posts were from people that were like, but why not my town? Which I get. I mean, I want to say perfectly valid. You are right, and we are sad. But all the shows aren't announced. All the shows aren't even booked necessarily. So there could easily be more. And if we haven't announced your city, that we might announce it. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, we got more stuff coming in the fall too. So, for the folks in like upstate New York, we'll be getting a lot of questions from them. We'll be back up there most likely in the fall. And of course we got the UK in June. So that's going to be pretty fun. There's our UK dates. There we go. We got Guildford and London and Bedford and Liverpool and Leeds and Edinburgh and Manchester and Bristol, and that's gonna be spectacular. That's gonna be a very short, very packed tour. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm excited about Liverpool because we've never done Liverpool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Especially, I really hope that we have the same guy driving us around who we've had in the past, the transporter himself, Mr. Brian Smedley.
That's right,
this guy, he's Welsh, speaks English and everything, but understands Welsh too, which is weird. And
amongst the other 5 or 6 other languages that he's spoken while he's taking us across Europe.
That's a good point. Yeah, but I mean, just Welsh alone. And the fun thing is that we, if you're familiar with your UK geography, like Liverpool is very close up to the border of Wales. And so we would be driving up like the western part of England, and we'd be getting up through Liverpool, and he would tune the radio, and you'd get the Welsh radio stations from Wales in Welsh. And dude is listening to this stuff and understanding it, and it was just, man, we were in good hands, but I don't understand any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are definitely going to have Brian Smedley behind the wheel for us once again in the UK.
Reminds me of a meme I saw again today that I always enjoy, a classic painting of a man approaching a couple women and saying, how are you girls enjoying England? And they say, Wales. And he says, how are you Wales enjoying England?
That's good. That was so good. Dandruff disappeared. This is
I left.
So
that was
good.
it for me.
You literally disappeared.
That was it.
Yeah, it's exciting. We've been putting together new material, doing more of the of all of the mixing of the things, and getting some feedback on Facebook from that one guy who thinks we should not be doing this.
Yeah, anybody watching enjoy our little post today? We see this now and then. Every now and then you get the comments from people that are like, you shouldn't mix different kinds of music together. Hip hop and bluegrass don't belong in the same song or whatever. They just pop up, especially when we're promoting a tour. So we're trying to reach out to people that aren't already familiar with us. We got one yesterday, and we were just in the mood to say, no, we're going to keep doing this. And I thought people would enjoy that, so we screen captured it and posted it, and people are eating it up. It's nice to see all of the people having our backs on that.
Yeah. That one guy was not pleased, but everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yo, RIP for and Louis Anderson and Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Well, Meatloaf too. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah. First thing I heard this morning when I woke up.
And shout out to Noli D in the YouTube. Yeah.
Word.
What's Noli saying? I don't have it open.
She gave us some goodies there.
Yay.
She's down with Billy Strings as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, one of the I love watching the comments on our top YouTube videos, one of those LR Bags videos, and what's great when we get a lot of views on a video, obviously this is great in and of itself because we win. That's important. No, the thing that's great is that then the algorithm starts recommending people to it, and then you see the comments of like, well, I was listening to this thing and then I ended up here. And you know, more times than not, it is the Billy Strings video of him just playing Dust in a Baggie, sitting on some couch in somebody's basement den, with the dude in shorts behind him that looks like he's about to start giving you side quests.
What?
You guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen the video.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like some kind of Elder Scrolls and I almost said NFT NPC, like a background character that's just like, there's a troll over in yonder dungeon. If you'll slay it, give you 30 pieces. And Billy's just shredding. He's just shredding, you know, solo. And this was his like big viral video. So when people watch that and then they kick over to our video, it's cool. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually a pretty wise algorithm choice there for.
Oh yeah.
Aside from the occasional comments from people that are like, you're not supposed to mix these things, who are somehow still segregationists. The flip side of the coin is the people that came expecting it to not work and are converted. So those are also fun comments to see. The people that are like, I came here to watch the train wreck and now I just bought 5 CDs from your website and subscribe because this is actually awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, actually another dream collab I'd like to have happen would be Sam Bush.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
We should tell them again. We were just at Merle Fest just this past fall, hoping to go back again very soon. And Merle Fest is just one of those. For me, again, as a bluegrass, but like a progressive bluegrass guy, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm really motivated by was like 80s and 90s, you know, more recent stuff. I guess that's third wave, I suppose. And some of the best, most iconic, again on YouTube, these great performances from people. What up? People like Tony Rice, Bela Fleck, Mark Schatz, Mark O'Connor, Sam Bush, Jerry Douglas. How many of those names did I say twice? Anyway, there's this beautiful video, a couple of videos of them playing at Merle Fest. So for us to get to play there was awesome. And we were there, and we ran into Sam. I ran into Sam. I hunted Sam down. I tracked him down. And I told him, you know, we got a set at the dance tent after your set, so, you know, come by if you can make it. And he said, you know, I don't know, we gotta hop in the tour bus, which is legit, and we gotta get going to the next thing. But we did our set, and we were getting driven around on a golf cart after the set, and we heard from one of the golf cart drivers that they had been driving Sam Bush back to his tour bus. And he drove by the dance tent during our set, and he was like, "Hold up a minute," and he stopped the golf cart, and he was like, "Yeah, I got to do some work with these guys." So that was huge for me.
Yeah, that's another thing we might find happening in 2022. Fingers crossed.
My favorite thing that Sam Bush has done recently is an Instagram photo of him just like lounging in a hotel bed with like a big old breakfast spread, and I was just like, that's the thing right there.
Now, you know, though, I mean, just to nerd out for a second, you know what he did, you know why he's in that hotel room, what he did the 2 nights previous? Okay, that hotel room was in, I'm pretty sure, New York, because the previous night he had been with a lot of those people that I just mentioned, playing with Bela Fleck for his big album concert at Carnegie Hall. Cool enough on its own. But the previous night, they played the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. Yeah. The previous night, all right? Like, this is the kind of gathering where it's like you need a designated survivor to, like, not be at that concert because there's too many of them if something bad were to happen.
Right.
That was us. Gangstagrass is the designated. We will carry on the tradition.
Please don't put that on me. Please don't put that on me. No. No, but honestly though, like it's a very, very cool thing. You know, it's just like that concert reverberated in the bluegrass world. So yeah, that particular, Sam was posting pictures of the hotel room while Tony Trishka was posting really cute pictures of him and his wife Asunta sharing a milkshake and getting like a black and white cookie and a slice of cake and like going to the diner and stuff. And
milkshake.
Yeah. Yep. Post-show milkshake. I look up to Tony Trishka in a lot of ways. If I've ever bought you guys donuts while we were on the West Coast, you can thank Tony Trishka for that. I saw him say on a video one time, he said, "When you ride with me, the donuts are free."
Next time we cross paths, I'll just be like, "Thanks for the donut." Keep the hell out of them.
And thanks to let's see, TC Lupus, maybe it is T Lupus, for being our latest follower. We appreciate you. Yeah. And you can see in the upper left of the screen there, that is the post we were talking about earlier, where an undisclosed person, Wrench was kind enough to nix that person's name so as not to embarrass said person, said, "Stop mixing music types that have no reason being put together." And we said no.
And if I can break it down for a minute, even though probably a lot of you amazing people that are watching the stream right now are already very familiar with this, but just to reiterate how much the genres of American music have been segregated as part of the whole American project of segregating us culturally, physically, whatever. The record industry was born during Jim Crow segregation and did all of their marketing and developing genres based on that. And we got rid of the Jim Crow laws, but we have not gotten rid of the lingering cultural effects of that, which is that we think these different musics belong in different places and that they're coming from different places, when really Southern music was a burgeoning, diverse, intermingled thing that was developing before the record companies decided they had to split it up into different genres and tell everybody that these were separate things, and we bought into it, and now we think that there's black music and white music. The reality is it's always been intermingled, but we have black spaces and white spaces that they're put into. But the music itself is always trying to mingle. You just gotta let it happen because that's the way it goes.
Yep.
Word.
But y'all know that. But it's good though to have words put to that. And Wrench, says it as well as anybody. Like one of the comments that really struck me on that whole thread was I think a guy named Chris was talking about how he had been at like some band practice at one point, and somebody said something, disparaging about us, which is an honor. What's up? Thanks for that. And he was like, dude, what? Not cool. And he didn't even really know, like, how do you ever respond in any kind of situation like that? And he ended up quitting the band. So word. I think that happened to a couple of people.
We did see in that thread that Gangstagrass has been indirectly responsible for some lineup changes in at least 2 different bluegrass bands.
Hell yeah. And I hope that those 2 people find each other and start a band. That's awesome. But what's tough in that situation, I think, is when you don't have the words readily available and you're just like, what the hell? I can't believe you would just say something like that. I don't even know how to respond. So that's where I think it is important to like have something succinct and kind of ready to go to say in that case. If you want to use a term like cultural redlining, you want to just whip that out, drop that on somebody. That's a good one. So yeah, Wrench, it's good to kind of lay it all out there, even for people who do get it.
No also works.
Also, you can just say no. Also, you can just use that picture of Bugs Bunny going, no. That's a good one. I like that one.
I like the person that commented who responded that by enjoying in their imagination like what this person could have been expecting by telling us to stop. Like we were going to be like, oh, we didn't realize we weren't supposed to do this. I guess we're going to break up now.
Be like, my bad.
Never mind. We hereby withdraw our #1 on the Billboard Bluegrass chart.
But I would like to thank actually this anonymous person for providing the fodder for us to post this interaction that so many people have enjoyed. It's been a big success for us.
Yeah. Not a straw man. These people are real.
That's right. What was that a post on? I just want like people on Facebook to know where they can go to continue the conversation.
Oh, it's out there
somewhere. One of the posts promoting one of the tour shows, because those get promoted to people beyond our existing fan base. So that's where you tend to see this kind of stuff of people getting exposed to it, and occasionally being people that are like, no way, man, don't do that. So,
This is a time too, just in terms of general content creation, where if our son were here, and he's a big comics guy, and you hear a lot of the time people have very strong opinions in comics, like with bluegrass or hip hop or anything else. A lot of the time somebody like, no, don't do that story. Don't write that story that way. I can't believe that you made this character do this thing. Don't do that. And his response is essentially, not everything is for you. Not everything is going to be for you. You didn't necessarily write that comic story for you. So it's okay if you don't like it. It's okay. Mm-hmm. You don't have to respond by saying, don't do that. Don't make your content.
But it's out there. It's kind of, in everything. There's like some very strongly opinionated people with some complaints that, pop up and probably, dominate a certain amount of the conversation, as opposed to a lot of people who are chill and are enjoying the whole thing and are just like, cool. Or maybe don't, post or comment, but are out there like, just enjoying the good stuff. So don't let the cranky pants people fool you into thinking there aren't a lot of people in whatever group that are chilling.
So much cranky pantsness. Did you guys see the the plane that got turned around was headed to London, and the pilot turned the entire plane around and took it back to, guess where, Florida, because some lady was refusing to wear her mask.
I saw the story, but now that you describe it, I'm realizing, oh God, I want the pilot to have gone on the PA and been like, I will turn this thing around.
In all fairness, like, I hope you're not supposed to open the door, but I hope he opened the door and physically just over his shoulder yelled, and like nobody would have heard him other than first class.
Right.
I will turn this plane. No, you think I'm joking?
Wait, how far along the flight had they gotten before he turned it around?
Well, they landed 90 minutes later, so I'm going to say about 45 minutes out of Florida. Like they would have been for sure over international waters at that point.
Okay.
And he was just like, "Nope, you can't respect my rules. I'm taking you back to Florida."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than the alternative, just, chucking her out the door out mid-flight.
Right. The airline equivalent of throwing you out the airlock.
Your fenestration.
That's pollution. There's a difference if you throw somebody out the airlock, like they burn up on re-entry, But
right, you throw them out the airlock over the actual ocean. That is a different matter. That's a good point.
Yeah, we're really trying to keep the oceans clean here, folks.
I mean, you give her a flotation device or something,
Right here, you may take your
that.
seat cushion.
You could, but if they're already refusing to wear a mask, how much you want to bet they'd be like, man, fuck that flotation device. What are you trying to do? You trying to save me from drowning? No, fuck that. I'm going out that way.
Yeah.
That's why you literally be leading a horse to water.
You can't make me use the flotation device. Can't do it.
Sink or swim.
Be right back. I gotta check to see if this Thai food showed up. No, sorry, Vietnamese food. Have summer rolls.
So I'm noticing that we have that's Vietnamese food is very important. I agree. I'm noticing that we have a hashtag in the comments that could be read so many different ways. Okay, so it's hashtag PLANETAPED, and I'm seeing Plan E taped. I'm seeing Planet Aped. I'm seing Plane Taped.
I definitely Planet Aped.
Planetapod.
The Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes.
So in 100,000 years, they're gonna find this woman sort of planted in the bottom of what used to be an ocean.
How would you actually past tense Planet of the Apes? Planeted of the Apes or Planet of the Apes? No. Reminds me of the quandary of the past tense of William Shakespeare is have I was Shookspeared.
Oh, I thought it was will I was.
Oh, it was supposed to be plain taped. Or maybe he's just thinking that's a funny alternative.
Oh, you can tape her to the outside of the plane.
That's a good, yeah, sure. That works.
Some people have gotten taped into their seats.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I forgot about that.
A school teacher did get in trouble for taping a mask to a child's face. And I get that and everything, but I do feel like taping masks to adults' faces should be perfectly okay.
True. That could be.
Yeah, it's a wild world out there on the airplanes right now. I'm glad we don't have to fly any place anytime super soon.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we will be flying some in the coming months, and I'm thinking, God damn it! I hope somebody doesn't get us the plane turned around, because if we don't make it to a show because some motherfucker is refusing to cooperate, I'm gonna be mad.
What are you guys talking about?
Freedom tape. We're talking about freedom tape.
Yeah. So in that case, we'll make sure we have plenty of gaff tape.
Okay, we'll just bring lots of gaff tape.
Say freedom tape?
This
yes.
flight is brought to you by Gaffer Power Gaffer Tape.
We'll be like, Gangstagrass almost didn't make it to the show because somebody almost got the plane turned around, but luckily we had our Gaffer Power gaffer tape.
That's right. That's right. We will tape your mask to your face. We will tape you to your chair.
Yeah. Dan, have you heard about the past tense of William Shakespeare?
How is it not Shakespeare'd?
It's have I were Shakespeare'd.
Oh, I get it. Okay, that's cute.
Have I was Shakespeare'd.
Dolio does not improve.
You sure it's not France was bacon? Or France was baked?
Mm-hmm.
Francois is a name.
Whole other can of beans and bacon.
Wow.
Somebody was just telling me something about somebody who, for a long time, didn't understand that the name Francis Bacon was a name. Just thought that somebody was saying France is bacon.
France is bacon.
Or it was bacon that you acquired in France. The official bacon of France.
Yeah, and they just thought that
this is France's bacon.
They just thought that you just, because people say a lot of the time Francis Bacon was William Shakespeare, and so somebody would say William Shakespeare, and then right after that in parentheses they'd say Francis Bacon, but it's just why would you? It was just every now and then you'd say William Shakespeare, and then you would say France is bacon, randomly after that for seemingly no clear reason.
I have to assume this is related to Canadian bacon in some way.
Definitely.
Montreal smoked meat.
Which of course is not real bacon.
Yeah, French Canadian.
You know what? The more other kinds of bacon outside of American bacon that I have, the more I start to wonder if perhaps it is the American bacon that is not the real bacon. I love me some American bacon. But
no, Canadian bacon is ham.
Well, Canadian bacon is ham. No, all bacon is ham, but UK
bacon.
No, I mean it's turkey bacon.
Yes.
Yeah, but you have to specify.
Turkey bacon, of course, being from Turkey.
Default bacon.
That's Turkish bacon.
Which is a Turkish delight.
Bacon? I'm ready to go to Turkey.
Gangstagrass, tackling the hard topics.
I want to find Salt Bay, and I want to go to his meat shop, and I want to see if he has bacon. I would have bacon from Salt Bay.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers this, by the way.
You just got to be very specific when you ask him to show you his meat.
Probably.
Wow.
Probably.
So, something that's a thought that's amusing me. It's been a hell of a couple of years, of some things that we've had to deal with. It's been hard, but one thing that is amusing me right now is the thought that if you could somehow, reach back a couple of years to, somebody a couple of years ago and let them, and you could say, this is a phrase that makes sense to a lot of people. Wordle is the Tiger King of Omicron. Somebody from 2 years ago is going to be like, that's a bunch of gibberish. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, there was a point in 2020 where I was keeping a list of phrases like that, and there's too many now. The list is too long. I cannot maintain it. Like many things from the beginning of the pandemic, I cannot maintain
I think that's the singularity. Them. At the point where you can no longer maintain that list, that's the singularity point. That's the Ronald Reagan is elected president, and then the graph just gets unsustainable.
Right. You're like, no. You mean the guy from Bedtime for Bonzo? No, that didn't happen.
You're seeing the suggestion that King James could have been Shakespeare. I like that. I like the James Bond aspect, or the Bruce Wayne aspect. Really, I'm unimaginably powerful, but what I really want to do is be a secret artistic superhero.
It would be surprising if someone in a caste so inbred had that much talent.
Not the way I was expecting that sentence to go. I was ready for
That is true.
someone high class to have such a working understanding of low class people's concerns.
Yeah, it's like, I guess having porphyria is not usually a fountain of literary prowess.
Right. I just wouldn't have expected the aptitude. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's possible. I wouldn't have expected.
Yes. I don't know if everybody's doing the Wordle thing, but
Nearly got today's in 2.
Yeah.
I did it twice and got bored.
I got
Yeah.
tomorrow's in
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I played.
Of course, you got the 1 and 1. I know.
Yeah.
You've gotten 1.
Yeah, I played one in, and I was just like, no,
Well, I
I got way too much stuff to do.
I have what you might call a wrench approach to this.
So is
what-
wrench your first word every time?
No, it's that I realized that when people share it, it's just a string of text. So you can actually just copy and paste that, change it from 216 to 217. And take off the first 3 rows and show that you got it in one and share that. So you don't even need to play. You can just show everybody that you got it in one any day you want.
That explains that tweet.
Yeah. Yeah, what I did is I instead spent more time writing. And
Did you only use 5-letter words though?
no, I did not.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys get a chance to check it out later, since I uploaded it to the shared drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did listen. It's super fantastic. I really just that song is so catchy. Like, it has been in my head almost like for like hours a day, almost every day since I first heard it.
Wait, I'm sorry. What song are we talking about?
Sankofa.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
It is just
Good groove.
extremely sticky.
I enjoyed playing my banjo part to that track probably more than anything, and I've enjoyed all of the tracks that we've worked on recently. So that's really saying something. But it just has such a groove.
Yeah.
And that's a contribution, by the way, from our Fiddlin' Pharaoh. I'm really, really excited about that. It's cool to see the stuff that he's been bringing to the band as the newest member.
Oh yeah, want just give a little sneak peek here to the people tuning in
Little peeky
on
sneaky.
the live stream of some stuff that went down in the
Yay!
studio that we're building. Let's bring this in
All right. I'm also really excited for the Bluegrass Heads to get the scoop on Up High.
Yeah.
Because they're going to hear that
Yeah.
and their minds are going to be blown.
I'm interested.
Yeah, is that what we're calling it?
here. You and I.
Okay.
I'm interested to hear the reaction myself. I think there will be some people, because it's some close to home. When we start sampling the like Bill Monroe, Kenny Baker original material. Well, I'll say no more on that right now. Let's listen to Sankofa.
I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Sneak peek, Gangstagrass material.
It's easy just to slip on time. Come back and catch it, you can catch it, just ease your mind. It's easy just to slip on time. Come back and catch it. Come back and catch it. Come back and catch it. Come back and catch it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a that groove is just a good vibe, man.
Yeah.
Gonna be a nice one to put on when you want to just feel nice and mellow.
Don't worry,
it's
Rusty.
gonna
When
be-
this song comes out, you Barnstormers will be the first ones to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, for anybody watching, if you are not a Barnstormer already, we got some goodies for you. Just go to gangstagrass.com/barnstormers and join our little subscription club. And you get sneak peeks of us doing that in the studio last month and all kinds of incredible goodies. And if you go and sign up right now, you're going to get shouted out here on the live stream. So head on over. If you're not a Barnstormer, this is your invitation and your chance to go over, join up while we're on this live stream, so we can ring out your name, because it means so much for us to get that kind of support. We love you. We love you, Barnstormers.
Literally the people who got us through the pandemic when we could not go out on tour, and we are so excited to be able to say our thanks in person. That is going to be great. Yeah, so Dolio, you laid down a verse on that song that we just heard. Tell us about that process.
Yeah, well, that's not obviously not the final version of it, because we actually do lay our vocals down. We like to do it in the studio together. But my writing process usually includes me just recording this stuff. I'll write it down, but I have to record it so I can hear how it's actually going to sound. So yeah, it was mostly, I was inspired by the theme of it, and so that's basically kind of what it's about.
Can you talk a little bit about that theme too, because we've been talking about this word Sankofa, and you caught the hook there is go back and fetch it. He's maybe, for folks that aren't familiar with that word or that concept.
It's basically kind of like about going back and reclaiming old traditions, and by doing so, reclaiming, I guess, the power of those traditions. It comes from a more of a Pan-Africanist theme, at a time when people of the diaspora were mostly removed from their original traditions, were forced to hide them. But by going back and sort of owning those traditions, you reclaim a sense of self as a community.
Yeah. So you're talking about reconnecting a great disconnect over generations and centuries, right?
Yeah. So reconnecting to your ancestral traditions and drawing upon the power that they would give you by tapping into, paying homage to the foundations that were laid before you, the struggles and the work that was put in on your behalf, and not taking it for granted, and drawing upon that to push the next generation forward. So
hell of a theme.
Yeah. Of course, I did it with rhyme, flow, musicality.
Layers of meaning too.
Yeah, I like to speak in metaphors and similes.
Yeah, lots of tonality, specifically in Dolio's verse on this one. Like it's
I've been doing a lot more singing.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah, that's often the case more recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been feeling that lately.
It's working. It is working.
Yeah, my muse is over here hard at work right now. Yeah, she got that smile on her face.
Careful now, we're still streaming.
No, I'm gonna keep it PG.
Yeah. We are also working up one of our sexiest songs ever.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yep, that's true.
I've been calling it Big Sexy as a code name.
Because we heard you folks. You were talking about I need that sexy Gangstagrass in my life and on my playlist, and we said we're already very sexy. Thank you very much. But no, we're working on some new stuff.
See, if D'Angelo hasn't heard it yet, I got a little bit of additional stuff into that track. I could just start it off for you here. I've added a little piano work on it.
That one I have not heard in that form. No, not recently.
Like how this comes in.
Show it to me. This, by the way, folks, this is as fun for us as it is for you, because like all this cross collaboration, and we send things to each other, and like I send something to Wrench, and then he puts it in and to get mixes it up. Like this is very cool to like reveal things to each other too. It's really cool.
Yep. Hear this intro.
All the colors on the palette I'ma paint with. Lay it on the platter with the data I'ma bank with. All the colors on the palette I'ma paint with. Lay it on the platter with the data I'ma bank with. This some good love. Started with a good hug. Moved on up to scented oils, incense and foot rubs. I had a wild life. I wondered if I could love. Was haunted by the urge and slipped into the life of hood thug. But it's a good drug. In fact, it got me shook up. Got the right ingredients. Let's see what we can cook up. Open the book up to a page more than a hookup. Built a formula into something you can look up. Exhale, followed by deep inhalation. Thinking about the late nights and deep conversation. Talking about the inspirations for our aspirations. How we can make it happen through our sheer determination. Just hearing our voices say so. Both of us trying not to be the first one to hang up. Because the conversation ain't done until we know how much the other's feeling this sensation. Serenading with the sun.
Yeah, I'm feeling some doubling of
That's so nice.
Yes.
Is that our man in the booth?
No, it's me. I'm throwing in a little piano there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I bounced a little bit of that just so you can hear.
They said is that Barry White.
And there's a section of mandolin. This mandolin rundown.
Nah.
A couple of times that I just it's just an instrumental section where it's kind of thing. It's not a solo. It's like it's a melody.
It's a brass section, right? Is what it would be in the old like 70s like soul albums and stuff. It's just like there would be that section that you go to, and like the whole brass section would be doing just this composed, C part or D part or whatever. We're just gonna go to it all together right then.
Yeah.
That's man.
And you did it on the mandolin, and I'm just bolstering a little bit underneath it here with some of this.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Love it. I love that.
I love the little twinkly part at the end. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That works equally well on piano
Sprinkles,
as well as
yeah.
on mandolin. I like that so much.
And both of them together just kind of reinforce each other, so it's a good combo.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, I'm very
Definitely got
excited.
in my bag in that one. But, I got a few more of those in me.
Yeah, man. Did that one start? Did you start that one, Dolio? Did you?
Yeah, that was what was happening is I wrote. Actually, I wrote it. I was about 3/4 of the way writing it while we were on the road. I think I like finished the rest of it during one of those hot tub sessions, and then I recorded it to a different track that I had, and I sent it to Wrench, and that kind of like inspired my whole direction musically, and then sonically, and then I listened to that, and then re-recorded it again with that, the melody in mind. And then when we got into the studio together,
Yeah.
you know, having that direction. I mean, Rich having this, you know, production ears on was like, no. Get closer to the mic.
First of all,
that's right.
first
He
of all.
did. Yes.
Let's, let's turn these lights down.
There's so many ways.
Get sexy.
There's so many ways of having us in the same
Say what, baby?
Rub some oil on your body.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
She was like, rub some oil on your body.
Look,
That's
Wrench
my
is-
muse right there.
Wrench
That's my
is the
muse.
mastermind. Like if Wrench says to do it, we've done all sorts of things in the name of great music. No, but seriously, being in the same space together, like, and that was we had the bare bones of the guitar thing, and then like Pharaoh and I got in the room and tracked bass and mandolin together at the same time, and we started to like structure it a little bit and explore some different things. And that was very rewarding for me. I think that started it in this direction. And
Yeah.
And Dave made the suggestion while we were there together of like, this needs a little vibra slap in there. Like,
Yeah.
like you're right, it does. So that's in there now, adding a little something.
Yeah, being in the same space really allows us to open up the right energy with that. You know, there's something about having a crew that works well together. You know, right there.
You're actually making me think now with the vibra slap and like chimes, and somebody asking if that was Barry White. I might actually try to set up my wah pedal, and I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be too much, but
The vibra slap and the wah pedal. This definitely sounds dirty.
No, I mean it wasn't Barry White. I mean, but he is definitely one of my inspirations when I'm doing stuff. Because I feel like after losing Barry and Isaac Hayes, there was like a big vacuum left in the baritone and bass space when it comes to like singers. So I figured
Tony Rice too. You know, people sleep on bluegrass baritone singing. Honestly, I think you
of course the Man in Black. You know.
Yeah. The ultimate. So
I figured that vacuum is there. I might as well slide in.
Yeah. Do you know John Hartford too? Like, people talk about Pete Seeger as like the guy who invented the long neck banjo so that he could play in lower keys, so he could sing in the lower register. John Hartford, one of my like, because he had that baritone that would cut. John Hartford had such a like a clear, sharp, cutting tone on his voice. Not ever harsh, but just like very audible, and he used it for all kinds of weird effects in his like aeroplane albums and stuff like that. Hell yeah, man, baritone singing all the way.
And once again, anybody signing up for the Barnstormers is going to be the first people to get these tracks, maybe get some sneak peeks on these in development, not just on the live stream, but actually to have to stream anytime you want on your own login to gangstagrass.com to the secret stash that the Barnstormers get access to. So anybody that's not already in the club, join up with us tonight. We want to be giving you all these goodies. So go to gangstagrass.com/barnstormers. Anybody listening to this live stream, join the Barnstormers. If you're down enough to be hanging out with us on a live stream, double up on that and get some sneak peeks and some inside access to Gangstagrass stuff by joining the Barnstormers right now. It only takes a minute at gangstagrass.com/barnstormers.
That's right. And once you're a member, you have instant access to everything the Barnstormers have received, including something Wrench just dropped in there for the month of January, which is a behind-the-scenes video of the crew at the studio. That's like there's both fantastic musicianship happening and also hilarity and goofiness, and you just kind of get to see it all, what it's really like. As all the stuff is getting put together, and that track that you heard first, the first sneak preview tonight, was a track that was not on anybody's radar until Pharaoh walked in, and in the car on the way up, he was kind of he was kind of pulling it together, and walked in there and was just like, hey, how about this? And now it's a Gangstagrass track. So
You know what that's like. If I don't know if anybody's gotten a chance to check out this this Beatles documentary, Get Back. It's been came out, I think, around the holidays, and they had been shooting it. This is way back when it was all the Beatles, and they had been on hiatus, I think, and they got back together in the studio, and the goal was to write and record and rehearse and play live like an album's worth of new material, and it goes in the direction that it goes in. But the moments that people keep talking about is stuff like Paul bringing in the song, I think it was Get Back, that he's just like writing, just like you're watching him write it just on the spot in the studio. It's like coalescing and coming together, and it was funny because like my folks were watching it, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but this is basically what our life is like. So I don't need to watch the Beatles doing what we do, because it's just what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we create music on the spot and eat great food. Oh, speaking of, got word from Linda that we're going to have Cheryl Ash at the Winchester show.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Winchester, y'all already know, but if anybody not from Winchester does not know, the absolute queen of Cajun cuisine, best Cajun food we've ever had outside of New Orleans.
Yeah, it's like one of the few times where food has brought me to tears. It has been from the products of Cheryl's Good Kitchen, and it has happened on multiple occasions.
And it means something, considering that Dolio is from the Gulf Coast. So for him to eat good food, I mean, for me it was like, this is very tasty. Thank you so much. And
Took me
Dolio
right to
was
the
like,
bayou. Took me right to the bayou.
Yeah.
And we were like, wait, where did Dolio go?
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Just off in the corner sobbing into
He came
bowl
back
of gumbo.
He came back and his ankles were wet. It was weird. I don't know.
Salt water on my breath.
We are so excited to eat much good food and see all of you on this tour. We've got new graphics coming out that will show you all of the tour dates, along with a pretty picture of the gentleman here, coming to all of these cities that you see here and more. So
Pretty exciting on our live stream to hear all the people shouting out the shows that they're coming to.
Yeah.
Tom,
Yeah.
we're gonna see Tom in Seattle, so it's gonna be good to see Tom again. Kirk coming to the Denver show.
That's what is Seattle the birthday party?
yes, yep,
Mhm.
that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Mhm.
And not announced yet, but in fact, not even announced to you guys, because I just said yes to it today and didn't tell you. But we also have a show that we've just added, another Oregon show.
Oh, really?
Just added. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Details to come.
Oh, okay. All right. I see
Okay.
how it is. Yep.
Is it is your homie with the manch gonna be there?
That's a great question. Yeah, we gotta get in touch with the Manch folks, where we had an amazing VIP house party.
I need more plums.
Mhm.
And I need that piano. And I need that shower.
I was a fan of the mantle.
And I need the helmet.
Yeah, and that in the dish
And the dish. Yep.
where we had the great chicken adventure.
Chicken night at the
Chicken.
man. The great chickening.
I also would not be against revisiting Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Well, we'll see if we can get Rose City Comic Con to happen just for us while we're at it. Just
Yeah, I mean, where we got to hang out with Rags Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's right.
great illustrator for Superman comics.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a cool event. I'm
Yeah.
There's a
definitely
guy,
down to do more Comic Cons.
Yeah, I forget if it was Dan DiCarlo or Dan Parent or one of the guys that's been working on Archie comics for a long time. But yeah, that was cool. This is like random people at these Comic Cons, and you're like, oh, you made very influential artwork that had an effect on me as a child. Thank you. It's wild.
It'd also be nice to do a Trekkie convention, just, right?
Yeah, the more further I get immersed in this stuff. By the way, I finished watching The Next Generation. For Trek heads out there, I have been, my wife and I have been watching through from the original series, finished the original series, and now we just finished Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Wait, did you skip the animated series?
The animated series.
Yo, that is some of the best Star Trek of all time.
That's the old school one?
Yeah, it was like 71 to 73 or thereabouts. It's excellent. Star Trek the animated series is excellent.
Yeah, it looks like, I remember it looked like it was animated by the same people who did Scooby-Doo.
It does have that kind of look to it. Yes, I would agree. And they used all the original voices. And little known piece of trivia about Star Trek the Animated Series, thanks to Andy Looney of Looney Labs, who is also a big fan of the series. Turns out that, they used all of the original voices, right? So you've got William Shatner, and you've got Leonard Nimoy, and, you've got Nichelle Nichols. Like, you've got the whole original cast. But they were originally trying to, I think, only use Kirk and Spock, and they were going to just grab other people to do the voices, and they, Kirk and Spock were like, nope, you got to have all of us. So the creators, the producers of the show were like, okay, fine, but that's it for your voice, for your voice talent budget, which meant that all of those people had to do all of the other voices. So like, it's very rare in the animated series that you get somebody else doing a voice. So like Nichelle Nichols does a ton of different voices, and Majel Barrett, Roddenberry's wife, who played Nurse what's her name in the original series, and like did the computer in Next Generation.
Oh, that's right, the nurse.
Yeah. She does a bunch of voices. So like basically all the women in the animated series are done either by Nichols or Barrett. Scotty does a ton of voices.
I think starting in the second season, they had to make some replacements, and Bones was voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait.
No.
I can't tell if you're joking.
I would not have been able to deal. That guy is so annoying.
They replaced Spock with Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes.
No. Those are like the two most annoying voices in comedy.
Oh my gosh, my favorite. The thing is, this is random. My first pet ever was a turtle named Gilbert.
Nice.
And he was named after Gilbert Gottfried. And the thing is like, why a fifth grader would even know who Gilbert Gottfried was at the time? It was just because of that voice.
At the time, yeah. What had he even done at that point?
I think he was still just doing stand-up, because I used to stay up late and watch stand-up comedy.
Yeah. But also on late night TV for a while, he was hosting one of those like late night movie things, like Night Flight or something. Where
that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was Night Flight, because I used to stay up and watch like horror movies and craziness.
Yeah. Like introduce the movie, and then like during commercial breaks, he would like bring it in and out.
See, because if I was in fifth grade, like I knew who Gilbert Gottfried was because I saw Aladdin. Like everybody else my age, like that was the kids movie that was out, and like that was the funny voice of the parrot. Turns out that voice came from a human being.
I'm not sure I ever realized that voice was Gilbert Gottfried. I'm not sure I ever realized that. I don't know. I found him annoying. I found Goldthwait annoying. My late night TV was like Jon Stewart had like a late night show. Before the Daily Show.
I think my dream project would be to release a series of erotic audiobooks voiced by Gilbert Gottfried and Bob Goldthwait.
He's done. I think Gilbert Gottfried did one of those like narrating like 50 Shades of Grey or some sort of thing.
He did like this spoof on Sex and the City where he played the Kim Cattrall character.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's funny.
What's the woman's name? Samantha. Okay, I don't know the names of the characters.
I want a Gilbert Gottfried reads the works of Chuck Tingle to come out.
Who's Chuck Tingle again?
Oh, Chuck Tingle. Oh my God.
He's
This sounds dirty.
some of the finest, erotic writing on Amazon.
Who wants to pull up the bibliography and just read it?
Oh no!
Right now. Who wants to do it?
Who is brave enough?
I can.
Is that enough to get us snatched on Twitch for copyright?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, they're very short
All
books
right,
is
all
the
right.
thing. All right. Wrench, you got it?
Is it being blocked here?
Come on, man.
Maybe we get a sponsorship from a VPN network.
All right, show of hands in the comments. Who knows who Chuck Tingle is? I don't mean literally because it's a nom de plume, but
Oh my god.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, got it.
Oh, okay. Let's hear.
Okay, he's got a new one out.
Uh-oh.
The physical manifestation of Wordle pounds my butt as a slightly frustrating but ultimately rewarding and meditative daily routine.
Oh my god.
And here's a bit of fan fiction. Trans wizard Harriet Porber and the bad boy Parasaurolophus, an adult romance novel.
Yep.
The bad boy what?
Parasaurolophus, it's a dinosaur.
Ah.
Yeah.
Crust on its head.
Yeah, like there's a lot of themes. This is a very prolific writer because he's written a lot of things, but a lot of the titles are thematically. It's almost like, you know, procedurally generated.
Oh.
Off the top of my head.
I'm just scrolling through this right now. We got Helicopter Man pounds dinosaur billionaire ass. A novel.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My T-Rex barber is a lesbian and she eats me right.
I'm sorry, what is this, Mad Libs?
Yeah.
What is happening here?
It almost is like Mad Lib book titles, but they're
There's
like
a-
very
there's a-
short, like Amazon digital ebook.
$3, you get the ebook. There's
Yeah.
one called Pounded in the Butt by group text notifications after leaving my phone for like 2 minutes.
I am in the wrong business.
Yeah,
And then, of course, the meta ones like Pounded in the Butt by my own butt.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is there cover art?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, there is. And it's
I'm
classic
afraid-
romance.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid because I don't want it in my search history.
No, it's just classic romance novel stuff. What I really respect is that there's actually been, like, you know, there's obviously a very strong theme, but more recently,
Yeah, I see.
more recently, there was one in particular that was called, I think it was called, "Not Pounded in the Butt by Anything, and That's Okay." So, you know, it's like, it's not, you know, like any sexual orientation is fine, including asexual. That's cool too. And I really appreciate that. It was nice.
Yeah. I mean, there seems to be some dinosaur stuff happening. I mean, I guess a lot of cloaca action is happening.
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Well, you know, when you say that, like, would it still count as?
But good night, folks. I'm gonna go.
It's way too much
What have
contemplation.
we done? Can you just play that sexy song one more time?
Add some new lyrics on this, which is going down.
Folks, we heard you. You asked for it. And for you now, cloaca. Oh my God.
Lordy.
Yep. Linda's in the house.
Oh no, Linda! I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Linda.
Linda showed up to the wrong party. She walk in and open the door. What do you got? Oh Lord!
Oh.
Close the door.
Oh, goodness.
Use the spray, please.
Oh, goodness. Goodness. This is the reason not to ever use the all access pass right here. You never know what you might walk into.
Mhm.
I'm still not sure what is happening right now.
Oh man.
I don't know who that author was.
You're about to.
prolific author.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
King
it's the
James.
type of stuff you read while listening to Tammy Faye Starlight.
That's right.
Oh my God.
That's right. She's quality though. That's
Yeah.
talent right there.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
She's still putting stuff out, or is it just like was that just a
I don't know. I haven't looked in a while to see what.
bit of a boutique?
That'd be a
release?
fun co-bill.
Yeah. Mhm.
We'll see what we can do.
Toss this.
Yeah. So, folks, if you are in any of the cities that you have seen on here tonight while you were listening to recitations of prolific authors' works and the amazing sneak previews that we did earlier, if you are in Frederick, Maryland, or Chester, VA, or South Orange up in New Jersey, sort of near Dan's neighborhood, if you're in Philly, over in Dolio and our son's neighborhood, if you're in Washington, D.C., my neighborhood, come on out to these shows. They're going to be great. We are doing everything we can to have them as safely as possible. And as those of you who have been watching this live stream for the entire pandemic know, we take safety very, very seriously. So much so that we shut down touring before basically any other band I know, and resumed only once we had vaccinations and a lot of safety protocols in place. We have been having, as Dan will tell you, lots and lots of conversations among us to figure out what makes the most sense. We've been consulting with all kinds of public health experts. Dolio and I will be on a live stream coming up on Monday, a mega cast with the Hood Medicine Initiative and the folks over at the Unbiased Science podcast to talk about misinformation and how that has been wrecking us during this pandemic and otherwise. So we're going to make sure that we have these shows in as safe of a way as possible. A lot of these venues are vax only. The ones that aren't are either vax only or a negative test. And basically all of them have mask requirements, and we do too. So when you want to take pictures with Gangstagrass, you are going to find that we all like to sport our masks because that is the safe thing to do now that we are in a situation with such a highly transmissible variant. But also, you know, you got your shots now, and we're all going to be safe, and we're all going to be thoughtful about this, and we're really, really excited to see you at the shows. Catch all of this new music that these guys have been putting together.
Just to specify what Sleeves was alluding to and break it down for everybody, by design, we have not had any shows since before Thanksgiving. No shows scheduled.
Like we didn't
we are
schedule
not-
them in the first place.
We didn't schedule them in the first place.
But we didn't
We're not-
cancel any because we didn't schedule them.
Because we didn't even plan to do shows until February because we believed that things would be on the upswing and people would have it together to get past the surge by February. And we're maybe we'll be making it there. Keep it together, folks. Stay safe out there. And as we're getting back to doing shows after lying low for the whole winter, we're going to be taking all the precautions necessary to make these shows safe.
Because reading between the lines, we also kind of thought there might be a holiday surge again, having seen how last year went. So, you know, we were booking the shows like 6 months in advance, and when it was 6 months in advance of like December, we thought,
Longer.
oh no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that.
Yep. And our booking
But-
agent was like,
Very-
"Oh, come on, guys! There's so many great opportunities." And we were like, "We understand that. No, thank you."
Nope.
There
No,
were,
no.
there were,
And-
and we
Yeah.
really feel for, you know, a lot of our friends
Oh my
and
gosh,
peers
yeah.
who did book those shows and unfortunately had to cancel a lot of them,
Bunch.
some of them very last minute,
And our
Yeah.
friend Adele.
which sucks, and we do not want to see that having to happen. We don't want to see any of this having to happen.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, our agent was actually quite pleased that he didn't have to cancel any shows.
in retrospect,
Yeah, he was like, you know,
pleased, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you know, at first I was skeptical, but thanks, guys.
Look, man, it's a hell of a tough time for this business right now. We don't want to make light of anything.
Yeah,
really is.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. I'm not
it's-
making light of it. It's just more like we're
You know,
very
and-
tenuous times.
Yeah, you understand people booking the shows thinking like, hey, maybe it'll be safe, and you know, it did not really work out for December or even January, for a lot of folks to actually do those shows. But after all of that being said, you know, for us to actually have these shows on our calendar, it's because we think we can do them safely.
Yeah,
And we're working to make them safe too. We're not sitting here like, it'll probably be fine. Like we are actually trying to make it a as safe as we can make it place. So please do take us at our word on that. Please do trust we wouldn't be there if we didn't feel like it was safe.
I mean, the upside of the sort of almost downtime touring wise is that we have so much new material now.
Like this tour is the No Time for Enemies tour. We're still touring the new album for 2020, and we're already like hard at work at the next album.
Right, and the tour, there's No Time for Enemies tour. We're playing stuff from that new album, but we're also playing a bunch of stuff that we recorded after the new album.
Yeah.
So you're getting a whole lot of new stuff, and the stuff that you already know and love. You know? And if you're a Barnstormer, you already know all that new stuff. Anyways. You know?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And again, we've got special gift for the Barnstormers who come out to the shows. So make sure you make yourself known, Barnstormers, when you come out to the shows, as the folks did back in October and November. We are so excited to see you and share this cool new thing that we have for you. And if you are not already a Barnstormer, please do be. It is the nicest thing that you can do for us and for this band and for any band. Support them, get the tickets to the shows, and support the venues and all the people who have been working at the venues. It's been a really tough time for them too. And look forward to having a great party with us.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, one more time, how do people do the Barnstormer thing? Where do they go for that?
Gangstagrass.com/Barnstormers. And if you're already a Barnstormer and you're a nickel level Barnstormer, just go directly to Gangstagrass.com/nickel and you'll be able to sign in there and see all the stuff on your page. And if you are platinum or above, you go to Gangstagrass.com/platinum, and there's like twice as much stuff as the nickel, more than twice as much stuff as the nickel subscribers get. So nickel has like a huge haul, and then platinum just has it's the kind of thing where if you try to scroll down to the platinum page, because I did try this a couple days ago, it will take you a while. Like even on a fast scroll, it will take you a while to get to the bottom of all the exclusive goodies that we have. So Gangstagrass.com/Barnstormers, and get tickets to the shows. All these shows that you see here, you can find them at Gangstagrass.com/tour. Yes, I did just set up a redirect to our events page. We called it, we set up our website at the start of the pandemic, and we were like, well, we could call it tour, but that would be a bit of a misnomer. So we called it the events page, and it does have other events on there, but you can also just go to Gangstagrass.com/tour.
Yeah. We're really excited. I mean, we've if people who've been to a Gangstagrass show have already know that we have a action-packed, high energy affair. But we've ever since jumping in front of millions of folks on national television, we've stepped the game up quite a bit, and it's been a real blast performing this new show. I mean, every show is different for us, but with the new stuff and just the extra charge that we have, it's like we just stuck batteries in everybody's backs.
It hurt at first, but it's fine now.
It did, but it is.
Yeah.
No.
But some of this, especially some of these new joints we've been doing, have been straight up tearing the roof off.
It's real stuff.
Yeah.
I hope you all do get a chance to see the live show. I was just doing a little interview with our son this morning in advance of the New Jersey show.
They like to interview each other. It's cute.
No, there was an interview. We did that once. We did that. That was fun. That was actually a lot of fun. But no, and one of the questions was like, would you rather people like hear the recordings or go to the live show? And I was like, you know the answer to that.
Hashtag let's both.
Because let's both definitely. But I realized, and I was saying this out loud, like the tour is where this band lives. The tour is really where we breathe, where we come together, and everything of what we do, you know, it like shout out to everybody for getting us through this time. But like this is a getting through time for us, because the getting back out onto the tour it's everything for us. You know, it really, really is. And I'm hoping we get back to it very soon. So see you out there.
Yeah, out there, everybody.
Thank you for joining us for another Friday night team stream with the Gangstagrass crew at gangstagrass.tv. Tell your friends. They can watch the archives on our YouTube channel at Gangstagrass on all the socials. Definitely follow us there. If you go to gangstagrass.com/lrbags, you'll see the brand new videos that just came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right,
that
that's
is
right, that's
fire. What I Am and Do Better and Ain't No Crime and Please Don't Take My Home, which is one of those new Johns we've been talking about. Those are all there. Videos. Gangstagrass.com/lrbags, gangstagrass.com/tour, gangstagrass.com/barnstormers. You can find it all just at gangstagrass.com. And we will see you, Dolio and I will see you here at gangstagrass.tv on Monday night at 5:30 Eastern. So even the UK people don't have to stay up too late for that one. And then we'll all see you back here the following Friday, gangstagrass.tv. We'll see you on the road. Thanks, everybody.
Night, folks.
Good night. We love you.